ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. We're coming to you live from the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. It's the CONCACAF Nations League. The Bahamas scoring 2 goals early in the first half. The first one coming in the 49th minute. Marcel Joseph, a free kick. It missed, but we can tell you, Happy Hall right there to put it home. And then in the 78th minute, it was Cameron Hell putting the Bahamas up 2-0. But just a moment ago, Bonaire pulling one back in stoppage time. So right now, the Bahamas up 2-1. So hopefully we'll hold on and win this one. As you know, Bonaire, the Bahamas, and the British Virgin Islands in this Division C showdown. Bonaire and the British Virgin Islands, they played last week. Bonaire actually won that one 4-2. So the Bahamas wins tonight. They will be on top of the group. We're joined live tonight by the Director of Sports, Tim Munnings. A lot of you guys know him from track and field, but Tim, I know you're into soccer as well. Your son plays.
Absolutely. Yes, my son, he's a beach soccer player. He likes grass as well, but right now him and his team are in China, and I'm wishing them well. So go Team Bahamas. And
I know you were here for that second goal by Cameron. That was quite a goal right there.
Oh, it's fantastic. This Team Bahamas is putting on a fantastic show tonight. 2-0 up until just like you said a moment ago. But I think we're going to hold on. They're doing a wonderful show tonight.
But Bonaire not going down without a fight. Right in the side stoppage time, they scored that goal, and they're going right back in that right now.
Hey, this is a beautiful night, a beautiful clear night in the stadium, and Team Bahamas is going to hold on.
I have to actually know it was free out here tonight. They just want people to bring hurricane supplies. That was a very good gesture on the BFA's part.
Absolutely. It's free out here tonight. We're encouraging anyone, well, the game's about over now, but we've encouraged anyone to come on over. We've invited those persons that are resident in the Kendall Isaacs gym to also, if they feel so settled, to come on over. We have a few of them in here tonight, but not many. We can understand that they're still settling themselves in. And we are receiving, the NSA in partnership with BFA and the BOC are receiving supplies here. So if you want and you have supplies and they're desperately needed, right here at the National Sports Authority receiving supplies for the hurricane relief victims.
We want to thank Tim Munnings for joining us here tonight. As you heard, that was the final whistle. So the Bahamas, they are on top of the group right now. They have beaten Bonaire, and they will come back at it again next month. As you know, it's a home and away series against all 3 teams. If the Bahamas wins this group, they will be promoted up to Group B, so let's hope for that. But in some other news tonight, we can tell you, JONQUEL Jones and the Connecticut Sun, they have their eyes on a big prize. I'm talking about the WNBA Championship. Before they can get there, they still have some work to do. JONQUEL and the Sun closing out the regular season over the weekend with back-to-back losses to the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever. JONQUEL with 12 points yesterday as the Sun went down 104-76 to the Fever. Fortunately for the Sun, they'd already locked up one of the top 2 seeds and a double bye in the playoffs, so they got to rest their starters for half of the game. The Sun are just the 4th franchise in league history to start the same lineup every game and just the 2nd to do it since it became a 34-game season. The Sun now off until the semifinal round, which begins on September 17th. That means JONQUEL has a bit more time to focus on hurricane relief efforts for her native Grand Bahama and neighboring Abaco. Now, even though she wasn't there for Dorian, JONQUEL is quite familiar with hurricanes.
My mom was always able to have us in the right situations at the right time, have us in the right places. My dad is always stubborn, he never wants to leave his house, he always tries to stay put, and he feels like he can just fight the storm himself. So I think my mother always made sure we were in the right places, getting us at shelters when we needed to be, or her being a social worker and us just helping out, being at shelters for older people and helping out and us being there. I remember a time when the storm was so bad, my dad actually ended up having to come to the shelter with us. And like I said in the Players Tribune, that was the shelter when I came back home and I saw the fishes swimming in my house and everything was just turned over. But for me, it's never been a situation where I've been in a where it was traumatic because I experienced it firsthand. I always came back home after the storm was dang, this, it messed up everything. But for my nieces and nephews, they were in a situation where the windows blew out in the apartment and they had to run to the bathroom and my parents had to open the window and make sure that wind was blowing through because the pressure was literally just, blowing everything away basically. So for them, I'm just worried about them, mentally, for them to be able to go through something like that. And just hearing the stories and stuff, talking to my sister today, I literally spoke to her before the game and she told me they were walking through waist deep water and stuff like that. So it's been tough. But I think this storm has been the worst ever. I think because it just sat on the island for so long, I think like we would have been able to weather a Cat 5 if it had moved a little bit quicker, but because it sat on the island so long, it flooded areas that we've never seen flooded before. I knew like numerous people that were in situations where they had to be evacuated, so we're just hoping for the best right now and just trying to help with the GoFundMe, obviously.
While JONQUEL and Sacramento Kings guard Buddy Hield, who's also from Grand Bahama, have set up separate GoFundMe accounts, she says they did discuss the idea of coming together but decided to go a different route.
The way we started to go with our different camps and stuff, with just them already working so hard to get everything up, we decided to just do the separate GoFundMes, but I have spoken to him. He feels the same way. Obviously, both of us from Grand Bahama, both of us from the Bahamas. It's gut-wrenching to look at those videos and stuff. Like, it almost is surreal because you don't expect to see the level of devastation and damage and people literally being in their ceilings trying to get away from the water because the water was so high. My sister just got back to her house. She wasn't there, but she saw the water lines, and the water lines were to the ceiling. So, I'm just happy she wasn't in that situation, but a lot of people were. So it's just tragic, honestly.
As for Buddy, his fundraising efforts are going well.
Major thanks to the Sacramento Kings family foundation, Run the DV Foundation, Hal Jacob and his family for donating, together they have raised $105,000 to match my $100,000. I have a GoFundMe that is live and running up to $50,000, so it's to $250,000 plus. My goal is to get to $1 million, and if I can surpass that, thank God for that, but I just wish anybody, would you have clothes, food, whatever, whatever things that can, hurricane relief that can help families in the Bahamas, will be appreciated, and like I say, sleeping bags, wherever that can be donated. It doesn't have to be money. It can be everything, food, canned goods, water.
Not to be outdone is pro baseball player Chavez Young, who hails from Grand Bahama and has roots in Abaco.
I have watched with shock and sadness as my beloved community of Freeport and also Abaco has absolutely been destroyed by Hurricane Dorian. I feel compelled to help and hope you will too. I'm launching this fundraising campaign to support the relief and recovery efforts in the Bahamas. I know that together we can help, recover, and rebuild our community in the coming months.
Cynthia Ramming has become the first Bahamian to win a continental medal in the sport of judo. She took bronze over the weekend at the Pan Am Open in the Dominican Republic, where she lost out to eventual gold medalist Ana Rosa. The Pan Am Open is an Olympic qualification event, and so Cynthia has returned her spot on the provisional qualification list for Tokyo 2020. Chelsea Russell has received a 6-week scholarship from the International Tennis Federation Olympic Solidarity Fund to participate in an advanced players course in Valencia, Spain. Chelsea was recommended by ITF Regional Officer John Gouda. She will participate in practice sessions while also coaching at a local academy in Valencia. Week 1 in the NFL closing out tonight. Yesterday, a big one for Bahamian descendant Philip Dorsett and the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. Dorsett had 4 catches for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Patriots thumping the Pittsburgh Steelers 33-3.
It was a good game. Offensively, I feel like we did our job. We executed the game plan, but like I said before, we left some plays out there. And at the end of the day, we can be better. Felt like we can definitely go fast. We didn't know how they would react to it, and it definitely boosted our confidence and helped us move down the field a little bit. It got us going. First drive we were kind of stagnant, but just us going fast, us adjusting like that got us going, and I felt like it helped us a lot.
We're back here at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Our men's national soccer team holding on for a 2-1 win over Bonaire to put them on top of their Group C. So we can tell you they have the next matchup to come against the British Virgin Islands. The British Virgin Islands going down to Bonaire last week 4-2. So the Bahamas 1 win, no losses right now. Bonaire is 1-1, and the British Virgin Islands, they have a 0-2 record. So the Bahamas looking in good shape as they try to move up to Group B. That will do it from out here for right now. We're going to go back to the studio, and weather's coming after the break.
ZNS Total